Are you trying to level up your braiding business, but you're really overwhelmed by all of the things that need to be done? Well, today I'm going to teach you some steps to get you started. What's up, beautiful braiders? My name is Neek Lynn, and I help fellow braiders level up their skills while building their business. I know that starting a successful braid business requires a lot of careful planning, research, and a clear understanding of the market. And I know that it can be really time consuming as well as become super overwhelming, especially when you don't have someone to teach you the ropes. These are some of the steps that I took to build my successful braid business. So I'm super excited to share them with you. So make sure you stick around to the end because I'm going to share something very special that's going to help you stay on the road to a successful path for your braid business. Are you ready? Let's go ahead and dive in. So here's a very important step in building your braid business, and that is niching. Now, niching is a term that we would typically hear when deciding what area of business that we want to concentrate in. But we're going to take that same idea and apply it to what type of braids are we going to offer, right? So we have so much to choose from. We could offer crochet braids, like something like I'm wearing today. You could offer feed-in braids, which is something that is just so popular. You could offer just knotless braids. Maybe you even want to just do faux locks. But either way, identifying a niche within the braid niche, that is something that can really set you apart and help you become an expert in that particular lane of braiding. Also, identifying a niche within the type of braids you're going to offer also help you to become a master at the skill itself. And when you're able to truly hone in and master that particular braiding skill, it's going to attract people who are wanting your expertise. So if you're really good at stitch braids, well, then you could focus solely on stitch braids. You don't have to know and master every single style there is offered under the braided umbrella. You can really decide what brings you joy and how you want to then give that back to the world. So another step in building a successful braid business is obtaining the necessary and required licensing for your state. So I know that this is something that reigns big in the braid community, which is to be licensed or not to be licensed. And I understand, and we definitely may have thoughts on which way we believe that that should go. However, if your state does require for you to be licensed in order to operate legally, then I implore you to go ahead and take the action steps that's required in order to obtain the necessary license. Because guys, we are working so hard to build a solid foundation. And so if that is something that is a requirement, we want to make sure that we just have that under our belt, done and out of the way, so that we could build our business on a solid foundation and not a slippery slope. Now, I know that this is something that is really not talked about in the braid community, but having a business plan can really, really help to keep you on target with your goals. Having a business plan can also help you secure funding. And there may come a time in your braiding career where you may want to open your own place, things like that. And so having something like a business plan where you're able to offer projections, where you're able to show what your business has already done, things like that can go a really long way when taking them to a bank for a loan and things like that. And it actually might even be one of the requirements that's necessary to even secure the funding. Even if you are searching for grants, they may want to see a put together business plan. So having a business plan or having something that can show what you've already been doing is a great step that you can take when trying to scale and take your braiding business to the next level. Moving on to the next step in starting a successful braid business is building your brand. Building your brand is one of the most exciting parts to me when it comes to building your braid business. But I want you guys to know that building your brand is a lot more than just choosing pretty colors and choosing pretty fonts and things like that. Your brand is also your voice. And I encourage you to take the time to develop that voice in which you want to show up as your authentic self. Take the time to develop a memorable and unique brand that reflects who you are, your brand's values, and its vision. Most of my brand values go along with my Christian faith. And so for me, that is something that my brand has to reflect, because that is who I am. And so it is very important for me, for my faith, to be reflected in my brand. So therefore, when you hear me speak of things like hair, hustle, hope, that hope portion of my brand is what helps me to share my hope through the Christian faith. So also building a strong brand can lead to strong sales and customer retention. Some things that will be involved with creating your brand will be creating a logo, coming up with business cards, building out a website, and of course, showing up on your social media profiles. The next important part in starting or building your braid business is investing in equipment and supplies. This will help you to properly carry out your braid services. So take some time and do your research to see what would work best for you. Between braiding racks, chairs, scissors, combs, there's so many things that we have access to now that we didn't have access to before just a few years ago. So find that perfect braiding rack for you. Find that product that helps you do your job effectively. Take the time to find out the type of hair that you like to use. And if you want to see some of the items that have been a staple for me throughout the years, go ahead and click the link in my bio so that you can check out my Amazon storefront and you can shop some of my faves. Ensuring that you have the necessary equipment, products, and tools will help you maintain a professional image in front of your clients and help you provide that high quality service that they're looking for. Of course, we can't talk about a successful braid business without talking about marketing. And let me be honest, marketing does not just include posting your work on social media. Marketing includes an actual plan and strategy. Part of your marketing strategy is truly still word of mouth. Word of mouth, especially at the beginning of your business, is going to probably be the number one driver of how you're going to get new clients in the door. So make sure that you get out there and talk about your business. Develop relationships with those in your community. A lot of times, other small businesses love to support other small businesses. Why? Because we can relate to some of the pains that it takes in order to get our business up and running. So make sure that you're building those relationships with the local beauty supply stores. Make sure you're getting out there to other small businesses like coffee shops. You can even try to go to small diners, different things like that, where you're able to leave your business cards. And that's why we talked about before with building a brand and having those business cards, because in the beginning, those are going to be your tangible pieces of marketing that you're able to pass out to someone that you run into on the street, or they're able to give to your clients. So that way, when someone says, "Oh, who did your hair?" they're able to give your card. I have one particular client that has been with me since she was 3 years old. Now she's about 9 years old. And her mom actually got my card from somebody that she saw in Walmart. And so this has been a consistent client of mine for now the last 5-6 years. And all because at the very beginning of my business, I had that tangible piece of marketing that was able to get a client in my chair. And once they were in my chair, I was able to retain them. So I'm giving this same advice and value to you for you to be able to do the same thing for your business as well. Another quick part of marketing is also being able to showcase how you are able to do things differently than maybe what someone else is doing. For example, if you know that one of the problems in the braid community is that there's long wait times and that there's no order and things like that, one of the pieces of your marketing strategy might be to say, "Hey, I do appointments only." Now you have potentially solved the problem that your future client may have needed to be solved, because maybe they didn't like to go to a place where they couldn't make an appointment. So that is one of your unique selling propositions, that you are able to offer appointments only. In this step, this is something that is going to follow you for the rest of your career from beginning to end, and that is providing impeccable customer service. This is going to help you build strong relationships with your client, which leads to a repeat customer, which then also leads to referrals. It will also help you establish a positive reputation. All too often as braiders, we get this stigma that we're unprofessional, that we're unpleasant, unkind, things like that. But you have the opportunity to change that stigma. You have the opportunity to change how we're looked at as a whole. Okay, so on to what I promised. Earlier, I said that if you made it to this point in the video, I was going to share something with you that would really help your journey in building a successful braid business. So here it is, From Braider to Boss, Quick Start Roadmap Guide. So in this guide, I'm going to take you through the journey from braider to boss. So make sure you check out the description section so you can download this guide for absolutely free. Now, so far in this video, I have taken you through some of the steps that is required in order to start or scale a successful braid business. But if you want to know how to meet some financial goals, I highly suggest that you watch this video here where I went in detail on how to plan and attack your financial goals for this year. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. And as always, God bless.